The Theatre Curation Project was born in the spirit of stewardship over the art, craft, and history of the theatre. Its purpose is to curate these stories of our mentors and what they passed on to us to be a resource for future generations. Its goal is to preserve these stories and the lessons within them from being lost forever.
My name is Pierre Schneiderman. I trained at the University of Washington and at École Jacques Lecoq in Paris. I was teaching a Commedia workshop at Dawson College that was attended by Martha Henry, who recommended me to Douglas Rain, who invited me to direct a project at the National Theatre School. A year later, I was hired full-time to teach improvisation, mask, and commedia there. Years later, I became artistic director of the English acting section. I revitalized the classical training stream, as well as initiating with Sheldon Rosen a writing program that spawned a number of well-known writers, such as Hannah Moscovich. I also, during that time, trained numerous actors who've made names for themselves in Canadian theatre, such as Alan Hocko, Kristen Thompson, Sandra Oh, among many others. I initiated with Brian Dooley the first directing program at the National Theatre School that spawned the likes of Ida Holmes, who now runs the Centaur Theatre, and Chris Abrams of Crow's Nest. From there, I went to Ryerson Theatre School, where I was the chair for 10 years. I again revitalized the classical training program, brought in Sheldon Rosen, and started a writing program for actors as well as dancers. That program has spawned numerous writers, as well as a number of actors who have made names for themselves in film, television, and in Canadian theatre. I was a professional director. I am a professional director. I ran the Piggery Theatre for 10 seasons. The Piggery Theatre is in North Hatley, was in North Hatley, Quebec. No longer exists as a working theatre. I ran it for 10 summer seasons. I've also directed in both English and French professionally, as well as numerous conservatory projects. I guess my main claim to fame, though, is my teaching, which has now gone on for over 46 years. And that's where my mentors would be, the ones that I wanted to talk about. I couldn't bring it down to less than two mentors. Jacques Lecoq, who was just a brilliant critiquer, who I've tried to emulate. He was harsh at times, but very, very focused, very economical, pinpointed very specific points, not too many in any given critique, so you could really hear what he was saying and retain what he was saying. The other mentor would be Pierre Lefevre, who I met at the National Theatre School and subsequently took over teaching the masks that he had originated. I taught those masks both at the National Theatre School and around the world in many places, such as South Africa, Croatia, Russia, among many other countries. Pierre just created an atmosphere of trust in his classroom, an atmosphere where students weren't afraid to really take big risks. They knew if they failed, they would be picked up and be allowed to try again and again. And so there was a very warm, trusting atmosphere in his classes, and I tried very much to emulate that feeling in my classes going forward. I guess that's all I have to say, Jacob. I hope that is what you were looking for.
Please subscribe to our Theatre Curation Project YouTube channel to see previous installments and hit the notification bell to be alerted when a new story has been posted.